they'll say Jinx, you owe me a Coke. But then if they both say Jinx and you owe me a Coke at the same time, the other person has to count to 10 before the next person says beans. I don't know why.
That's such good brother bullshit.
Okay, so let's record the intro now.
So what did Milkless? Because I think we start with the name.
Two dads, we love our kids, but then we also need them to know that we're like pretty cool and it's not like a wimpy podcast. So, hey, hey, Milkless.
Hey, welcome. Hey,
Milkless. Call the audience, Milkless. What's up, Milkless? Max coming at you.
What if that's it? That's our first take. On this episode of the podcast, we're going to be doing a hot takes. Top 10 things we really don't like about being parents. Actually, this is going to be the next couple episodes. Turns out Max and I had a lot to say on the topic, so we split it into two. This here will be number 10 through 6 in no particular order. We'll also try to spend a little time figuring out ways to make them suck less, so it's not just a big bitch fest. Here we go.
All right, Matt, today we're talking about things we hate about parenting and maybe some solutions, how we can be better. So I'll kick it off with number 1. We'll dive right in.
Top 10.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
I hate it when they won't let me leave after putting them to bed. Like, oh, one more back scratch or like one more hug.
Please, Daddy.
It's like, oh, of course, I'll give you another hug. But then every once in a while they get into the like, oh, I can just like keep asking for one more. One more. Can you close the light? Can I turn the light back on? Can you crack the door? Leave the door? Close the door? It can go on forever. And this is where I could lose it at this point.
Yeah.
But I got a solution for you.
Give it to me.
We call it 10-10-10. And you say, look, I'm going to come back and check on you in 10 minutes. Then you set a 10-minute timer and you just pop back in and give them a little kiss or a little 3-second back rub. And they love 10-10-10 because then that means you're coming back. And for some reason, I don't know why it works, but I'll say, if they say, oh, can I have another back scratch? I'm like, I'll give you one more hug, one more kiss. And they'll say, oh, can you give me another back scratch? I'm like, oh, I've already read 3 books. We've already done songs. Like, I'm going now. Do you want 10-10-10? Because if you want 10-10-10, I got to go now so that I can start the clock. And they're like, okay, yeah, go. Do 10-10-10.
Yeah.
And I'll keep doing the 10 minutes every 10 minutes until they fall asleep.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the best thing, but it fucking works. And they let me leave.
Yeah. That's great. That's a good solve, man. I still am with my daughter until she falls asleep every night. I don't know. That's just like the routine we've built. So I'm not trying to leave, but I do still like, there is a moment where it's like, we're not talking anymore. All the things have happened tonight. You just got to close your eyes and go to sleep. And that's when I get the like, but Daddy.
Yeah.
And then my favorite one is but Daddy, I don't have any water.
Yeah.
There's water right here on your bedside table, baby. Hand it to her. Daddy, that's old water.
Yeah.
You ever get that?
Oh, yeah.
If I can give you a hard time about the old water.
Old water. I need my this stuffy that I haven't seen in 7 days. But I guess the question is like, when do you think you're going to have her fall asleep on her own? Like, have you ever said like, oh, I'm just going to go up and check on something upstairs. I'll be back in. Like a little trickarooski so you can...
I've said, if you don't close your eyes and stop talking, you're going to have to go to sleep tonight by yourself. At which point she always starts crying and says, I can't. And then it's like, well, checkmate, motherfucker. We have, this is a thing I've thought a lot about with sleep because it's often been a struggle. And there was this thing where she didn't want to sleep by herself for a long time. She slept with me after the baby was born. She was always sleeping with somebody. And I was like, God, when is it like, and we would say things like, when you're ready to sleep in your own room, the dog can sleep in the bed with you if you want. And like, we kind of made a room special and put stars on the ceiling and whatever. So there was like encouragement, but there was never like a kick out of the, like, you got to, what's from Ladies Man? Yeah, that was cool, but you got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Old,
I mean, I saw that when it came out.
Tim Meadows.
20 years ago.
Yeah. But so we were never giving her the kick out of the bed. And I was like, do I need to be pushing this more, whatever? And then one day she was just like, I want to sleep in my own room. And like, I want this night light here. And I want Olive to sleep in the bed with me.
Or you said the baby's name?
That's our dog.
Oh, shoot. Olive?
Olive.
Okay, yeah. I got mixed up because I'm like...
Yeah, I get mixed up too. I have called my youngest daughter by my dog's name.
Sorry.
But no, Olive is the dog, also known as Baba. So anyways, she just like, there was this moment where she just got ready. And if you asked me the day before she said that, is she close to ready? I would have been like, not really. And then suddenly she just was. So the truth is, I like generally like our bedtimes now.
Yeah.
When they're like, every once in a while it'll be like one of those nightmare nights where she just can't stop moving her body and I just want to fucking punch through a wall.
Yeah.
But usually they're money. And so I'm not trying to push that really, but it will happen at some point. Of course.
Well, because it's a good skill to like be able to fall asleep on your own. And like, I definitely can, will sometimes just say, you know what, if I've been away on a trip or we've been on vacation for a while, and one of the kids says like, can you please sleep with me? I'll like sleep with them in their bed or something. So I totally get that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's also a really good skill because then also like sleepover parties are coming up.
Yeah.
You know, when the kids get 7, 8 years old. And like, you know, I know some people who like the kids just can't do it because it's just too,
Yeah, that's
it's
interesting.
too hard. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard for everybody. I mean, I remember when I was in
Right.
sleepovers, like you just like laying there like, holy shit, what do I
This
do?
is not my room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
try the 10-10-10 where you just say like, it's not because the reason we had a hard time is like that whole leaving was so hard.
Yeah.
Like, don't go, and you're never gonna come back till the sun come up. You know, it's like,
I will have to die the death of sleep before I see you again. Yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to like, no. We just had a great, however long bedtime.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go do something for 10 minutes and I'm gonna come back.
Yeah. I kind of like right now it ain't broke, so I don't feel the need to fix anything. And I no longer worry after her transitioning to her own room. I no longer worry that like, what if she's 13 and still can't?
Yeah.
It's like, nah, she just gets there. You know, she kind of gets herself there.
Yeah.
I think probably when the two sisters move in together, that's probably when I'll do that.
Yeah.
Is when the two sisters move in together. I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna leave, come back in 10, come back in 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds like a cool method for sure. Number 9. I hate the thing that comes right before that. I hate getting ready for bed. It's like we're inventing the steps to get ready for bed every night. And every night she's like, I have to brush my teeth like every other fucking night of your life. I hate saying, okay, now let's do the left leg of your pajamas. I just hate that how involved I feel that I have to be. We have found a solution that hasn't solved everything, but it has helped. There is now a post-it note taped beside the sink of her bathroom in which we have written down all of the steps to get ready for bed. And she's like, can read them because she's like, her reading is just getting there. And so she's proud of that. And it just kind of puts her in charge a little more.
Yeah, it's like a checklist.
Yeah.
Humans love lists.
They love lists.
It's easier.
Yeah. There's like freedom and structure. There's column and structure.
So what are the like handful of things on there?
We got go back to the back of the house because there's a dog gate that I close, and that's like containment. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you ever think in terms of containment?
No, but I it's interesting. I like it.
There at the car, you got containment, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love that. Go get in there, close the door, put your seatbelt on while I pack the car for a trip.
Yeah.
For 10
exactly.
minutes.
So our house has a hallway on which all the bedrooms are, and then the other side of the house is all the fun shit. And so there's a gate, there's a dog gate, and I'll just close that. And it's not like she can't open it, but it's containment.
Symbolic.
And the baby can't open it. So like we're locked in. So go back, pick out clothes for tomorrow for school. Cause my daughter doesn't like to sleep in PJs. She likes to sleep in the clothes that she's gonna wear to school the next day. She feels like it's a time saver.
Living in 2046 over here.
She really is. I feel like she's out ahead of all of us. But there's brush teeth and watch a video because we usually watch a nature video together while we brush teeth. There's put your clothes in the hamper. So yeah, it's just like it's just written out like that, and it helps. And like a lot of times I still come with her.
Yeah.
Just because we talk the whole time, but then
just that nagging is so fraught.
It's the fucking worst.
Well, and also they find like a toy that they got like outside of a grocery store, and like that's the most exciting sticky hand they've ever found.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're just stalling, but they're like, but look what I just found. And it's like,
yeah.
Hey guys, third time on the old pantaloons. Get those things on.
we call them pantalones or pantaloons in our house too. Oh man. Yeah, it's pretty rough, dude. And I don't even know if they're like consciously stalling so much as they're just like, anything's better than brushing my teeth.
Well, our thing is we say pee brush pajamas. We only have 3.
Oh, we also get clean at night though. Like one of the things on there is washcloth bath, which is how my daughter cleans herself. I'd say 60% of the time. Like bath every 3 or 4 days. A lot of washcloth baths in routine.
We do bath every 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
No washcloth.
Oh, just like let it ride.
Unless there's like marker on their face and it's like, why do we got to clean this? I'm not showering till tomorrow. And it's like, because everyone at school is going to think I'm a bad parent.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Because you fucking stink, kid.
Got to get that marker off your face.
Yeah. Because I saw you touch poop 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But it is helped. Mostly because instead of nagging, I can just say, like, what's next on the list? And then, like, it's her job to go figure it out. And I did, like, by the time we'd written down kind of all, because we kind of tried to get to the minutia, so she wouldn't have to, like, so she just had a very specific plan. It's like, actually, there are, like, 9 things to do. And 9 things is a lot of things for a 6-year-old to keep track of, especially when there's toys on the counter sometimes.
Yeah.
It doesn't work every night. 2 nights ago, I told her that we weren't going to watch a video while she brushed her teeth. And she told me that she would spend the whole night making me regret it.
Wow.
So it doesn't go well every night. She just looked at me fucking dead eye, like shark eyes. And she was just like, you will regret that. And I was like, baby, that's a threat. And she's like, that's not a threat. I was like, what? That's the definitions of a threat.
Oh my God.
And she said, that's a fucking promise. No, she didn't. But she was real hard. She was real hardcore about it. So it's we don't bat 1,000, but it's made things generally better.
Number 8. I fucking hate it when the kids are being a little rough and you can see what's going to happen. And you're the parent and you say, hey guys, can we play a little nicer? Or they're like slipping around on the floor and like, why don't we take our socks off so we don't slip and smash our teeth? And you're kind of saying it from the side. And then what ends up happening? One goes down, egg on the head. And this is where if I don't have my shit together, I'm just like, see what happens, Larry? And I just go nuts on them. And it's like, they're in serious pain here. The thing I need to do, because I've been thinking about this a lot today in preparation for sharing it with you. Tell me what you think about this. You do 1 or 2 things. 1, actually go over there and just stop the situation. Or if I'm just going to be tweeting at them and let them kind of go forth, then I just need to know that they are probably going to get hurt. And I need to have empathy for them because I didn't stop it because I saw it. That's what I'm thinking I need to do because it's just, if I don't have my shit together, I never get this right.
But do you go empathy first? Of course is the best. That's if they're hurt and they're sad. It is a funny idea that to be hurt and sad and your God walks up and says, I fucking told you so. But I'm with you, man. It's like those own goals, those self-inflicted wounds are so frustrating. Because it's like, if you just listen, like I was trying to save you from this.
Yeah.
But do you think you need to help make the connection? Or do you think when they get hurt, they'll be like, yeah, dad was saying something and they'll learn?
I think that they always do make the connection, but I do always rub their nose in it. Even if like, it's like, I can't help myself.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Even when I'm being nice, I'll hug them and console them and won't say a thing. I'll literally be biting my cheek so hard that it's bleeding. And I'm just like, oh, I'm so sorry, bud. So sorry about that. Like fucking goose egg coming out of their forehead.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, sorry. But then it just comes out and I'll just, but you know.
But you know, that's how it always starts.
Daddy said something if you had listened. Because maybe it is drawing the connection, but I think that they're going to make that connection themselves.
They probably will.
And that's why I think, like, look, who's the one with the foresight? Me. I saw it coming.
Yeah.
So if it was really that important to me, why don't I go talk to them? Hey, buds, look, this is a little too dangerous. I want this to kind of stop.
Yeah.
Or let's do it a different way. Let's take the socks off so you don't slip and smash your face. Like, as opposed to just half-assing it, almost teeing up, and I told you so.
Yeah. And maybe the time to remind them is the next time. Hey, guys, it feels like you're getting a little rough again. You remember last time that happened, you got what you deserved. No, like last time that happened, you got hurt and it was a bummer.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the like time. Yeah, man, that is not a pretty impulse, but I get it, dude. It's just like,
that is like part of who I am. I think it's part of who people are.
Yeah.
Fucking told you, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I
told you. Yeah. And there's some like take responsibility for your actions in there. Like,
Well, it's a shitty feeling when my kid is crying and hurt and I'm internally seething.
yeah.
Like, oh, because you hurt the son that I love so much.
Yeah.
Well, how dare you fucking hurt him? I told you.
Yeah. Well, and like, it just when your kid is hurt, it winds you up anyways. So it's like the part of yourself that you would normally have to like talk yourself off that ledge of like, I fucking told you so. That part is like tapped because you're holding a crying, injured child.
Yeah.
You don't have any ability. It's just really hard to calm yourself down from that frustration yeah, that's a fucking drag, man. Well, they should just listen to us more, frankly.
This episode is brought to you by Violet Archer in the Case of the Purple Martin. It's a chapter book with illustrations on every page. You can read it to them if they're 5, 6-year-olds, but then as soon as they can read, up till 12, 13, it's an insanely good book with plot twists like worthy of an adult's attention. I love this thing. I'm so proud of Matt and Milkless of putting this thing out. So if you want to support Milkless and get an awesome book for your kids, it'd mean a whole lot to us if you bought it. Check the podcast description for the link to Amazon and buy it today. And if you already have it, you can pop back into Amazon and give us an honest review. Thanks.
Number 7. Lucky number 7. This is something we've talked about before, but I fucking hate the hour before dinner time.
Yeah.
It is just like the kids are starting to get tired. They're losing their goddamn minds. I'm still like transitioning from work to home. There's probably still some more work trickling in.
Yeah.
Dinner is being cooked. The dog needs to be fed.
Time slows down. I think this is how like Einstein developed the theory of general relativity. Like time actually slows down before dinner.
It's a flat circle. Yeah, the kids feel it. We all feel it. And and like when it's going good, it can be so nice. Like on a weekend when everybody's rested and we got music on, whatever. But a lot of times that hour is pretty rough. And I find that my daughters, both of their bodies are out of control. So they get hurt a lot because they're just like tired, but they're like crazy tired.
And they're so jacked up and excited to be home.
Yeah.
A little hungry, a little assed out from the day.
That's it. Yeah. So there's 3 things that we do to make this time better when it's sucking. The first one is go outside, which is basically always helps any situation.
Yeah.
Number 2 is we give them kind of more structured, but still highly physical things to do. Like we'll rate your handstands and she'll do handstands. We'll be like 7.5. And like, so my daughter is just doing handstands over and over, but she's not running around the house screaming.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a focus to it. And then the third thing is just give up. And not give up on the whole situation, but give up on the idea that you're going to get anything useful done during that time.
Yeah.
Like work is over.
Yeah.
And I know sometimes things will come in and that's hard. And I think to your point, go in the other room and handle that.
Yeah.
Is better than you there distracted. But like give up on trying to accomplish too much during that time and just make it about keeping the kids from breaking each other.
That is so insightful and true. It's because let's say I do this about half the time, or maybe even more than half the time, where it's like, okay, the kids are home from school. This is the 1, possibly 2 hours that like I'm with them before they go to sleep.
Yeah.
Let's be with them. And they're never bad when you're with them.
Dude, if they have your full attention, it's usually going to be just fine.
It's when it's like, you know what? I've been meaning to change the light bulbs in these 2 bathrooms that have been dark for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's like, why am I doing this right before dinner?
Yeah. And it's tough because like that shit piles up. I mean, I feel like my to-do list is always, it gets longer faster than it gets shorter. But
yeah,
I've also like try to find the things that your kids can help with.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's a light bulb and they're old enough, like get them up on a ladder, man.
Yeah.
When we're doing something together, it generally goes well. And if we can't, we try to just send the girls outside.
All right, number 6. I've brought this up in the past on something that drives me crazy, but I don't have the solution here, so I'm going to need your help, Matt. So I hate it when the kids fight over where to sit in the car. I call middle. I call window seat. I honestly have no way to do this because, look, simple answer. Oh, well, they should just rotate. Well, there's always a different ledger. And it's like, who did it last? It's like, well, in mom's car, I did that. No, I had middle last time. Like there's no general ledger, and this is not on the blockchain. So I got no idea who had it last. They both will lie through their teeth to get middle seat. To see I think what music is playing.
You probably get a little better view out of the windshield too.
Yeah.
They want bitch.
Want bitch. Which
Just that sells it. Just whoever is outside and can see the car and yells bitch first gets the seat. And unless the other person licks the back left tire, then that overrides the bitch call and they get to choose. That is known.
licks the back left tire?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Because they love stuff like that. Like they'll say jinx, you owe me a Coke. But then if they both say jinx and you owe me a Coke at the same time, the other person has to count to 10 before the next person says beans. I don't know why.
That's such good brother bullshit.
Let's do like jinx, you owe me a Coke, and then count to 10 as fast as you can after we do it, okay? Say jinx, you owe me a Coke.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
They have to scream. So they would get, if we made a bunch of rules about it, okay, I call middle, but then if someone says, oh, wasn't there something like that could beat something back in the day? You'd say like, if someone called shotgun, blitz.
Oh, blitz. Yeah, blitz is
someone called shotgun, you says blitz. So we should just make a thing where it's just always.
Yeah.
But then again, I think the older kid will always win then.
Yeah, there is that. I mean, like, I'm kind of joking around, but I wonder if there's a way for you to get yourself out of the middle of it without it always going to your oldest son. Like, if you could just say, like, look, guys, like, y'all got to figure this out. I can't be in the middle of this. Oldest kid, if you end up in the seat you want every single time, then, like, I'm just going to choose every time for you. So it can't go that you are always in the middle seat. However else you figure it out, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, but it's not even like that. Like, if the younger kid gets it, then older will complain that, like, he got it 2 times in a row. But then younger kid will say, well, he got it 3 times in a row before that.
But what if they were, but see, like, I mean, I'm just curious because, like, and I don't know if this would work at all. And it is tricky because they're at different ages. So the older has, like, a lot of advantages. But it's like, in that situation, they're both saying, he did this, he did this, he did this. They're both having the conversation with you. Like, why do you have to be a part of the conversation? Is there an opportunity for you to say, like, guys, I can't talk about this anymore?
Well, they don't. They actually don't involve me. I interject because I can't stand it.
Okay.
I'm like literally like the guy in the Dumb and Dumber thing, like, guys, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So you don't try to get in there.
I got 2 ideas.
All right.
I got 2 ideas. You just gave me one, and one I just realized is something that I have done that works, but it's like one of those ones that has a half-life. You can only use it every once in a while. What I'll say is, like, guys, the real way to be a grown-up, if anyone wants to be the big kid, is you offer and you say, no, you take middle. And I've done this a couple times. Sometimes it works, but then sometimes it backfires. And then they fight over the other person taking what they want because they want to be the grown-up that's the polite one.
It's not about the car seat, really.
No, you take it. No, you take it. No, you take it. But then the other one I was thinking is back to the general ledger. What if, and this is silly. It feels silly. I mean, I drive a pickup truck, but like having a ledger, like a piece of notebook paper taped to the back of one of the things, and it's just my car's ledger. Mm-hmm. It's just their initials or something, and then
I see you passing it back on a clipboard. Sign here. All right.
I literally can't deal with it. I cannot deal with it.
Yeah, it's interesting what you said when you make it about, oh, the gentleman gives up that seat, that they fight over that. Really, they're fighting over, it is like this extremely tangible manifestation of fairness in a relationship between 2 brothers who both sometimes feel like it's unfair, which is inevitable.
Yeah.
Because the younger one's littler and just gets smoked all the time by the older one. But the older one gets in more trouble and has higher expectations and used to have it all to himself before these, like, fucking schmucks showed up. So, like, that's why it's such a intractable problem, is because that it's just it's about fairness.
Yeah.
The one monkey got a cucumber, the other got a grape.
Well, that's brilliant.
It's tricky. I do think.
I mean, am I just
psycho wonder if there's a way for you to stay out of it.
You say stay out of it. I say clipboard, but like.
Tomato. Yeah. Well, I don't like. I mean, a clipboard might solve it, but I just think you're putting yourself right back in the fat middle of it. And, like, maybe this is a thing to be figured out between brothers. I don't know. True. I mean, it makes it more complicated. You being in there, do you ever make the final decision?
Yeah. I'll be like a angry arbiter. How many times you had it? What did you have? What did you have? When did you have it? What did you have? Okay, no. Listen, he said you had it 2 times. Is that true? No, he's lying. Like, listen, and I just make
Dude, you got to get out of there. You got to get out of there. Because here's the other thing. It's already complicated enough between the two of them, right? With their fairness.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you're in there, anytime you make the final decision, what you have done is you have chosen one of your sons over the other.
Yeah.
And it's, even though I know that's not what you're doing, they would feel it that way.
Yeah, for sure.
So it just like makes that dynamic that much more fraught.
That's why the clipboard's seeming real tasty right now.
I mean, it's pretty objective.
It makes me feel like a psycho parent.
No, but I just wonder if is there like, what if you just never what if one time they were doing it and you were just like, guys, I'm just going to pump the music up here so I don't have to hear this. Or I guess you can't even get them in their seat.
They'll get in eventually. They're so afraid of being in a car that's moving with a seatbelt. If I just pull out of the driveway, like, they'll figure it out. But then they'll be mopey, and then I'll be, I don't like when my kids are sad. So
yeah.
So I yell at them.
Yeah, instead, yeah. I yell at them and I buy a fucking clipboard. I would try to see if you can get yourself out of there.
It's interesting.
But I don't know that the clipboard's terrible. It shows a commitment to fairness. But I just think that, like, and I'm stealing this idea from somebody else. I can't remember who, but she said, like, I think we cause a lot of heartache to people by telling them that life should be fair. Mm-hmm. People should be fair, but life is not. So I don't know.
Yeah, I like that. Maybe I'll just do, maybe get some sort of mantra that I'll repeat like a psycho. Just like, hey guys, I'm not getting involved. You got to sort this out.
Yeah.
Remember the gentleman.
Yeah. Just get out of there. Yeah. And then, bring a set of headphones for the ride.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck out there. That sounds tough. I'm sure that I'm headed for things like that with my daughters. They just aren't, like, the youngest isn't old enough yet to really make her case. But she will holler about it.
What do you buy? Violet Archer.